Back to champions. Your MVP from game one is going to be Bubbling. A pretty fantastic game in that first set. You hear the crowd going crazy over it.
The female corner for Bubbling seems pretty big. I believe this is his first MVP, and he deserved it. Now, one of these later fights we'll see my favorite play for him, but 4, 0, and 10, very good kill participation. Bubbling has been so often criticized, and I think with good reason, but
he has his moments.
He has his moments. BDD's moment in this fight was glorious.
Yep. But yeah, Bubbling's playing very consistently. The catch on Kindred, of course, being a very pivotal moment for the team.
His pathing in general was very smart. This was a nice flash catch, and Kindred died so fast for as late in the game as that was. I'm just looking for a specific flash cocoon that I think really cemented the victory. Let's see if it's here. Still in spider form. Now watch this. The flash cocoon onto Sarsen, it looked like he was going to get away, was actually what won on that fight, because both Sarsen and Nuclear looked like they were going to get away. That meant that all the wave clear will be alive. But first Sarsen falls, that caused Nuclear to turn around. He falls as well.
Back to champions. Your MVP from that game was, of course, Flawless, who played a pretty flawless game himself. 4, 0, and 8 on the Lee Sin.
Just wonderful.
Absolutely.
It is a treat to watch this guy play Lee Sin. So when we saw this Lee Sin in relegations last year, we thought, okay, think about him on these other mechanical champions. But the reality of this season has been that he hasn't shown anything on Elise. He hasn't shown anything on Nidalee. He's been very disappointing, but when he does get that Lee Sin, and remember, there's been games where it's been available to be picked and they haven't picked this champion, which frustrates me to no end. This was a really nice play.
Yeah, that was a good BDD
to live, but just watch some of these other fights. He's so clever about conceptualizing how to get around this kick onto BDD and then the execute with the resonating strike. Won them the game, you'd have to say, because the pressure from here, SBENU never let off. His Lee Sin, calling someone a one-trick in pro play is almost never done because it's just not the reality, but all he has shown is Lee Sin. That's what we have to say.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close. It's about as close as you can get. 85% kill participation in that game as well.
That one trick.
And to just scale up, that as soon as they got a grasp, they just took the whole game right there. And again, your MVP for that game is going to be BDD.
A bit generous, I think.
I agree.
He played the map smartly, but I think that was more the lane assignments. Who's to say whether that was his call, someone like Madlife or the team? But in the last fight, and in general in team fights, we said it when we saw Malphite on Lissandra, it's probably going to have to be a team fight Zed. If you noticed, every one of these fights, he was smart at playing around Kramer rather than diving the enemy once the game took a turn and SBENU got ahead.
Yeah.
Not much happening in this fight. This was when CJ were definitely on the back foot, but think of the future fights. Black Cleaver was very relevant because he was the one trying to shred people like Sarsen. Sarsen took so much damage in this last fight, and then watch BDD comes in at full health, and he's fighting around Sarsen. That's the big, around Kramer, sorry, that's the big story. Kramer's just micro in this fight was outstanding.
Yeah. I honestly, if it was up to me, I would actually give MVP over to Kramer, I think, specifically for his positioning in that fight. His burst damage was just so crucial for them winning that. But BDD as well, in that last fight, did play pretty